Hello, YouTubers! The new Time Travel Jaime 88. I'm back with another Doctor Who DVD review. And yes, we're still celebrating Doctor Who's 50th anniversary. So today, I'm doing another classic Fourth Doctor story. I give you Doctor Who, The Sunmakers. Yes, this is the best Tom Baker story. I love this episode. Quite fantastic to watch. This four-part story originally transmitted on November 26th through December 17th, 1977. Before we get to review, I just want to give a quick shout out to Melissa Rivera. Melissa Rivera, your videos are super awesome. Keep up the good work, and for those of you who don't know who Melissa Rivera is, go ahead and check out her channel on YouTube. And the story about taxes. So, the plot begins in the inhabitant of Pluto in the far future are taxed to desperation, not least the functionary Cordo, who is so overwhelmed by the size of his tax bill that he decides to take his own life by jumping from the roof of one of the vast metropolis tower block. He is interrupted by the arrival of the Doctor and Leela from the TARDIS, who save him from chosen faith and discovered that false sums has been created around Pluto to provide the ability for some of mankind to live. However, the company which owns the sum and all the building on Pluto is using its economic stranglehold over mankind to extort ever-growing taxes through the extreme form of usury. The Doctor is concerned at this economic and social structures when each metropolis is ruled by a taxation gatherer, and the entire operation on a planet to report the malevolent collector. Some citizens have rejected this social order and chose to live in the dark tunnels of Undercity. The Doctor, Leela, and Cordo ventured there and encountered the renegade and the Undercity, a velocious bunch of thieves, and the dropout led by the brutal Mandrel. He tells the Doctor that he must use a stolen consumer card to obtain money from a cash point, or else Leela will be killed. The gathering of Megropolis 1 Haid has been alerted to arrival of the TARDIS. He used an electronic tracker to follow K9, who has now departed the craft in search of his master. K9 finds the Doctor and Cordo at a cash point, where the gathering sees them and suspect they must be armed dealers. He orders his private guard, the inner routine, to deal with them. When the Doctor tries the stolen card, he is overpowered by a cloud of noxious gas and falling unconscious. When the Doctor wakens, he finds himself restraining at the correctional center alongside a similarly incarnate man named Bisham. They are unlikely to be tortured, but the Doctor is concerned for Leela, who Mandrel threatens to kill if the Doctor did not return. Leela has defended herself through the corridor, who invaded the captured returned to the Undercity with the news of the Doctor's capture. This served to increase Leela's standing with the thieves and the threat over her life diminishing. The Doctor has a lot improved too when he is released for questioning by the gathering Haid. But Haid is playing a game of double bluff. He has the Doctor released but ordered his moment. Track believe that the doctor will lead him to the heart of the conspiracy against the company. Not knowing about this changing the fortune, Leela, Cordo, and K9 attack the correctional center to try to rescue the doctor, but he has left. But they do succeed in freeing Bizham. As they depart the center, they find all possible travel routes blocked by the interrupting troopers. Leela and her friends attack the guard, but she alone is injured in a skirmish and falls into the troop. The doctor has returned to the Undercity to find a very agent Mandrill, who refused to believe he could have been simply released such a crime. This time with Bizham and K9, and to defuse the situation, where he explained what happened to Leela. He also used a stolen blaster to force Mandrill to stop threatening the doctor. He assists control and pursued the Undercity dwelling to start a revolution against the company. The first target will be the main control area where the company engineered that PCM pacifying drug which helped keep the population service is being added to the air supply. Mandrill and his gang are also pursued to start destroying the monitors throughout Megropolis and to start spreading the message of revolt. Leela is now presented to the Collector himself, an odious humanoid life support wheelchair who is even more obsessed with money than Grafner. Hay, who fawns all over him. The Collector deduced from interrogating that Leela had conspiracy theory was unfound and orders that Leela will be steamed to death in a public execution. He is especially pleased at the public statement and arranged imitated. The doctor heads off to rescue Leela, but the steamer is running out of time. The doctor managed to save Leela in the nick of time, but the microphone set up the relay and her death screams instead of relay the sound of Mandrill, warning that the doctor how little time has left to rescue her. The Collector is seized and more trouble with the revolution. And so, what's happened to the story at that? Well, the Collector has the doctor input has resulted in a project bankrupt, and this caused the Collector to revert to a natural size in a compartment base of his wheelchair. The doctor seals him in to be sure the threat is over. He and Leela depart with K9, leaving Cordo, Mandrill, and the others to complete recolonizing the Earth. So, my opinion of this story, Doctor Who the Sunmakers, is a brilliant story with the Megropolis, the Death and Tax, and all this great stories, great storytelling, well written by the great director Pernell Roberts, best director. I give this story 10 out of 10. So that's my opinion of Doctor Who, and how while I express this story, it is fantastic. Here we have the Doctor and the Collector around the suns and the Pluto. The Tom Baker years 1974 to 1981. Here's the BBC logo. Here's the spine, the back. Here's the still pictures from the story. On the DVD extras, we have audio commentary by Tom Baker, Louise Jameson, Michael Keaton, and director Pernell Roberts. Running from the Taxman, The Doctor's Composer Part 2, Outtakes, original BBC One trailer, full of galleries and PDF materials. Here's the discs for the Sunmakers. That's it for this Doctor Who DVD review. If you like to request any Doctor Who DVD reviews that you would like me to review, feel free to leave me a comment. Till next time, this is the new Time Travel Jaime 88 saying good night and God bless.